Hi, Shirley here, and today I have an important issue to talk about concerning manifestations and Saturn. What is it? What is Saturn, and how is Saturn related to our manifestations and to how easy or difficult it is to manifest? Check this video and find out. So Saturn in astrology is the Lord of time. It is responsible on structure and is also considered the Lord of karma, the one that takes or makes your manifestation basically. In your astrological chart, your natal chart, you have Saturn in one of your houses. And in that house, each house is responsible for different aspects of life. In that house where you have Saturn, manifestation is going to be more difficult, especially if Saturn is in retrograde. So to check whether you have, where is your Saturn or whether it's retrograde, you can go to astro.com or astrolada.com. Each use separate methods, and then you can see what house is your Saturn in. And in that house, it's going to take you longer to manifest. So it's important to know that, because sometimes we can be judgmental about how easy it is for us to manifest certain things that may be big or small, and how difficult it is to manifest other things. That relates to manifestation and karma and free will, that video I did back then. And this one in particular is about how to deal with manifestation on a Saturn issue, on a karmic issue, manifestation on prolonged periods of time. So what you do when you have that aspect, let's say you have this aspect in the house of career. So having Saturn in the house of career means you're going to go through a lot of obstacles maybe, or delay, or very prolonged, hard, dedicated work to get to where you want to be. It also predicts great success. So it predicts great success, but not the success that is a windfall, but the success that you worked really hard for. So when you use manifestation, the first things you want to manifest is to make hard work easy. So making hard work easy, transforming hard work into passion and dedication. Knowing that there will be a lot of work in this aspect of your life. So the second thing you want to do when you have a Saturn aspect manifestation is to be patient with yourself, and to understand that this manifestation is going to entail probably prolonged change of patterns of behavior, of emotional patterns. If you're a spiritual person, perhaps past lifetime issues. And it's just going to take time. It really does. Saturn is the Lord of time. But when you practice manifestation and become dedicated, then you really have nothing to worry about. It will make your life easier in all matters related also to Saturn. Another thing you need to know about this third thing, is that not all tips for immediate manifestation will either apply to you or apply to you in the same way. For example, detachment from manifestation. Sometimes, and I ran into some cases about the detachment issues, you may be of the person who thinks night and day about your goal, about what you want to manifest. And you think about it not with a desperation or need, but sometimes actually obsession or dedication. This does not mean necessarily that you're not practicing detachment, that you're not letting go enough. Sometimes it just means you need this energy to accomplish a Saturnian-based manifestation. So don't judge yourself if you have a Saturn. If you have a Saturn in the house where you're trying to manifest, let's say 10th house is career, 7th house is relationships and partnerships, also business partnerships. Yeah, the first house would be the body, second house money, finances, self-value, whatever, 9th house education system, 8th house sex and depth also, and resources from your partners, occult studies as well. So these are just examples. Whenever you're trying to manifest where your Saturn is, don't be worried about not practicing detachment. Because detachment will arrive to you when you are ready to manifest that thing. So it is okay to be obsessed about something. Sometimes, if let's say you have Saturn in the 9th house and you enroll for higher education and you want to finish your degree. So this is not a time to manifest and practice detachment, right? This is a time to be, it's a very good thing if you are obsessed and getting to know every little nitty-gritty detail about that which you study. And you think about it all day and all night and you integrate it, not from an anxiety perspective, but from a passionate perspective. This does not mean that you are not letting go. If it is about a specific partner, then that can be a problem. So the 7th house, it can be a problem, or the 8th house, that can be a problem if it's about an intimate partner. So you want to, in that case, direct the energy, the Saturnian energy, not to a specific person, but to a specific type of relationship. So what you do, if you have an obsession about a particular person, I might do a video about that too. If you have an obsession about a particular person, just get obsessed about what is it that you're obsessed about. Get deep into the experience, and then you can just write down what do you want to manifest for your next relationship. Okay? And that's more of a Saturn kind of manifestation. A non-Saturnian manifestation on relationship would simply be writing down all that you are interested in a partner and imagining yourselves together and maybe writing letters for this person and then maybe taking inspired action doing what you do love in life, and then you just meet that person within half a year, 1 year. A Saturnian kind of manifestation for relationship would mean healing past life karma and trauma and changing your attachment patterns and changing your beliefs and healing your heart and healing your sex chakra and healing your sexual traumas, and all that while perhaps being experiencing sexual or emotional experiences that are traumatic, or having people who love you you don't love them, or loving people that don't love you, or impossible loves, and then bit by bit by bit by bit by bit rewriting another pattern and another pattern and another pattern, and then you have segments where you just forget about it, let go, and bam, it happens. But the detachment will happen quite later on. At first you will be obsessed, you will be dedicated, you will be consistently thinking about the subject. Because you need to find ways to learn, you need to learn new things, you need to be obsessed. If you won't be obsessed, you won't find new ways and new things to learn, because the insights are not going to get there if you don't have enough data integrated. Okay, for example, if you need to know about neuroscience and attachment patterns and sexuality and sacred sexuality and maybe fetish sexuality and manifestations and astrology and this and this and this. You need the time. And it's not just the time, you need the passion and dedication. So when you have a Saturnian kind of manifestation, it's not going to go the way all teachers teach you. Some people say, well, it's not enough to want it, you have to work for it. They may be talking about the Saturnian kind of manifestation. This is not true. For example, I heard a businesswoman say you have to work for it and you have to do the hard work. And that does not necessarily apply to all of them. If you have a clear and a smooth 10th house, you may be an entrepreneur and open a business and it will go like that for you. It will just happen for you. But if you are more of a retrograde or a Saturnian kind of a person, then yes, you will need to do the work. But it doesn't mean that you cannot manifest there. On the contrary, you can manifest, and you can manifest big. And basically this is how I learned manifestation. I learned manifestations on the topics I had the Saturnian complexes around. Topics I needed therapy. I manifested therapy. Okay, this is what I'm doing here. I'm opening my business after I manifested therapy, and I've brought knowledge to people who don't have the ability to manifest therapy into their lives. So don't be discouraged if you find everybody has a Saturn somewhere, and that's where the manifestations are going to get a bit tricky. If it is retrograde, like my case, then it's going to get even more tricky, but the results are going to be so much more profound. I can say that for me right now, I am only beginning to actually teach manifestation, but I just look around and I see how I own the field. And the reason that I own the field is simply because my road to manifestation was so much more tricky than some other people that I just had to learn all of these things deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. And I can look at it from so many perspectives, scientific, spiritual, body, mind, psychology, physics, you know, so many perspectives, lifestyle, that are all integrated. And there's just the level of knowledge that I bring to you. You only get the tiny bits of it. For those of you who would want premium content, who would want me to elaborate on the deeper mechanics of and the deeper theoretical stuff, you can contact me and we'll see what we can do. But don't be discouraged if you have a hard time manifesting. It's not because you don't practice detachment always. Sometimes it's simply because you've hit a Saturn or another retrograde planet. So to make sure you receive more elaborated tips from me on this game of manifestation from every aspect possible, make sure you subscribe and click the bell button so you can get the notifications. For daily inspiration, check out my Instagram channel. And for deeper conversations on the topic, you can go to my Facebook group. That is Manifestation Tips That Actually Work. Thank you for tuning in. Let me know in the comments if this was helpful. Where is your Saturn? Do you manage to check where your Saturn is in the chart? And if you don't, you can ask me how. If you do, how is your manifestation on that topic? What do you do to manifest in this topic? And I'll see you next week, next video. Bye bye.